spinach to the pizza pie because it's a veggie
I love spinach.
delight. Was that like a shocked what or like an angry what, Matt?
No, I just don't want to say anything.
Oh.
Spinach?
Yeah, I was like, do you like spinach? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to time ordering a pizza
love
now. So when we leave, we can go pick up the pizza and it's ready. You know what I'm saying?
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready, and not it's home slice. Wait an hour and a half.
The home slices is not and ready.
Yeah. I like to go one meat and one veggie. Although meat is just a pep.
yeah.
Not a huge like meat. I'll get a supreme if you want to throw everything on there. But I like, if you're gonna throw everything, I want meat and veggies. Some people do like the meat lovers where it's like sausage and pepperoni and like pork. It's
a lot.
Too much.
It's a lot.
It's
It's a
too
lot.
much.
I like pizza is the bread and the cheese to me, and then you gotta add. So I like doing like a pep, just to have it, and then a veggie, which is usually mushroom and onions. Sometimes I throw in some spinach. I like me spinach.
Yeah.
Some peppers.
Now I know that too.
I've never really had
Peppers are good
spinach.
too. I
On
mean,
pizza?
I like pretty much every
Oh, okay.
vegetable.
You should
I
try
mean, if I didn't have on pizza, Lindsay, I didn't have it.
it. Okay, that's
I
fair.
mean,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm at ingest.
I'm like, what is your favorite like pizza of choice? So what do you go for?
I mean, I'll generally just take a cheese.
Just plain cheese?
Yeah.
Nothing fancy?
Occasionally, I'll have some pepperoni in there.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You,
Mix
I
it
like.
up.
This is very reminiscent of a recent Let's Play where we were talking about like ice cream flavors, and you were like, vanilla's fine. It gets a bad rap. I'm like, you're a simple man. Just like,
I mean, look,
don't need to dress it up.
It's good. I eat it.
Yeah,
It's done.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Does
All you need. There's nothing wrong with the fundamentals.
I get it.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? And I like that. I like that about you.
I'm glad.
What else is something that gets over spiced? Like maybe not actual spices and seasonings, but what is something else that like, you know, when it comes to all the flavors, like Rocky Road, vanilla, Supreme, cheese.
Cheese. Yeah.
What else is are some like your vanilla takes on things? Because I tend to be simple on things too. I do like a simple pizza. Like I'll go just pepperoni and then because I want some extra protein. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll chuck on some
The best protein.
yeah, some
pepperoni.
chicken. Well, it's just
you're
added.
adding into the chicken.
And then I'll chuck in some chicken on there just to scoop in some more protein. And then it's like they gave me an ounce of chicken across this entire thing for $10.
Because most
So I had to eat the whole
pizza.
pizza
obviously.
to get all the
Because
protein.
most people don't. They're probably not thinking, oh, he threw the chicken on for the protes.
Right.
They're like,
Yeah.
this guy's eating a fucking.
I
pizza.
threw the protein on there just to spend an extra $4 is really what it came down to.
Yeah.
But I tend to be a little bit simpler as well. But I just can't think off the top of my head. Is there anything else that you just take undressed, straight donut?
Yeah, I mean, glazed donut.
No.
Cheeseburger's another one. Right?
Yeah.
glaze
You know
on.
what I mean? You get fancy. You go the pickles and the onions and the lettuce and the mayo and the tomatoes and the bacon and all that. Sometimes you just want a straight
Yeah, it's
cheese.
just a cheeseburger. Yeah. But I mean, even then, like, it took me a long time to add more to a burger. I really didn't.
You warmed up to it.
I feel like every decade I add another ingredient.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Just to
lately I've
see.
been leaving the, I almost said pickles, leaving the onions on. So I'm dropping off
You're
one
becoming an
ingredient at a
adult.
time.
I said
exactly.
this. I squeaked this in somewhere. It was either like a GTA or a Minecraft, so I know I mentioned it. But I went to Subway a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy in front of me that I think he got every single topping they had.
Sounds like my dad.
And it blew me.
All of it.
Like, he kept going, and he kept asking for more.
So he wouldn't say like, give me a little bit of all of it. He would say,
No, no, no.
I'll take the lettuce, and he wait till they finish, and then he say, now I want some money. 'Cause
No,
every
he
time.
would do that and go, more.
More.
Wow.
Then move on. And I think he got, he may have
I'll tell you when
gotten,
I'm done.
maybe he skipped one thing, but it was, and like.
Sir, can I offer you
the
a
guy's
salad?
just like,
Guys, a lettuce
like,
addict.
and he got it on a sandwich, so there's bread, like there's a limit to the bread, and the guy's like
He had what he
trying
had
to
to do.
fold it. There's a god, like once he, he cut it. And then he wrapped it. I was like, the second that guy unwraps it, it's gonna fucking explode like
Right.
confetti.
It's like my waist
Tension
trainer.
build
Yeah.
up.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
He's
like-
got meals for weeks now.
Right, I think that the guy, the Subway chef artist, or whatever they call it, the
Yeah.
sandwich artist.
Culinary expert.
Yes, had to climb up on the chair and then onto the counter to give it the people's elbow in order to close the
He
sandwich.
was, dude,
and
it was
wrap
like
it up.
it was like closing a trunk like with too much shit in it. Where it's like,
Yeah.
Sit on the sandwich. Yeah.
Like when you're
Put
packing.
it in there.
yeah.
It wraps it in front
Well,
of you.
Trevor's got a point too. Like, not only physically is that cumbersome, how the hell do you hold that? But also, once you combine all those flavors
Correct.
together, there's no way you're enjoying
That's
that
what I was
sandwich.
like. What the fuck is
Yeah.
that? What are you tasting there? There's
Maybe-
97
Keep it simple.
elements
Nature.
to it.
Maybe this guy's evolved, where he can pick out flavors.
Oh wow.
Maybe, dude. Yeah, maybe
There are
he's
the
like
pickles.
a sommelier.
And the peppers.
Yeah.
What of sandwiches?
So we have the
fits the
sandwich
same-
artist and the sandwich connoisseur.
Oh, they met in the middle.
I get it if you're like, oh, I
rom-com.
can pick up a hint of turmeric in the back end. Like, I get that, and I appreciate that. Because that's something I you know, every now and then I can be like, oh, I can appreciate the heavy amounts of garlic I've put in my own pasta dish. But when it comes, when it's macro level ingredients, they're really just pummeling each other into a mush of flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pulling. Oh yes, I
Yeah.
can taste the iceberg lettuce next
Also,
to the tomato.
also the guy
the bird.
ordering,
the bird.
he was a whisper talker. So the guy kept having to go, what? Like 4 times,
Did you-
and then he would just start like the guy working there would go like point at it,
that
just
all
like
you said?
just like say yes, because he couldn't hear him.
More.
And I was like,
think, like-
it took forever.
Do you think he felt judged and that's why he was quiet? Or do you think while he
'cause
was
he-
ordering that the guy was just flabbergasted?
Nah, he
at
was
the order?
quiet out the
What?
gate. He started with it.
Oh.
I was behind this man, and it
This
took
is
a
my
while.
outing I give myself
while.
once a week. I come here,
I
get everything.
It was the subway at the Walmart, so it was already slammed, right? Because like you hit it on the way out. You know
Right.
what I mean, it's always busy.
Right.
And like those are the employees that really are just like, they're like, I'm working at a Subway in a Walmart, and so they're like, hey, I made your sandwich. You're welcome, and that's all you can ask of them.
They're existing at a Subway.
And it's fine. Look, you know, you should know what you're getting into.
They're
You
doing their
don't
best.
stand in line at Subway at Walmart and go, "This is taking forever." You just go, "I'm willing to accept this." And there was only like 3 people in front of me, so I walked up. For person up the furthest was like, boom, they ordered. The next person, their order went fine, but they must have ordered 8 or 9 sandwiches. So, and there was only 2 people working there, so it took forever. And then they were done. I was like, finally. And then the everything quiet talker guy, I was like writhing behind him. I texted Lindsay like,
a
hey,
Seinfeld episode.
I'm checking out now. Like
Yeah.
as I'm paying for the food, because I went there to buy things at Walmart. And then it was like, I'll get Subway. It might have been 25 minutes to wait behind 3 people. And it was because of the big order and then the quiet everything guy. And I was just like exploding.
Here's the problem with
But
quiet everything
physically,
guys,
here's
too.
me.
But inside, you're screaming.
Internally,
Internal
I'm just
screaming.
Do it like the sandwich.
I'm just doing this while I'm standing there.
What he needs to do
I
is
was
start
like,
coming up-
ah!
He needs to start having a parchment of reusable paper that he unrolls like a ransom note
It was
just
so
with the order
much.
on it and
it
says,
was just one sandwich.
Well, on top of that, like I feel for this man because
Sure.
he just doesn't know what he's doing. It's ignorance. It's just ignorance here. He wants all the flavor, and I'm like, calm down, guy. You're getting way too ahead of yourself.
He just doesn't know what he's
Right,
doing.
right.
He wanted the
Less is
world. More.
Like he
What's
doesn't
more
know that
infuriating
More is more.
is when people like specifically ask for more, but it's like the culinary system at work where they're like, no, like this is good food because you're paying so much more for this. Like you want all of this additional stuff, and I've seen that
You're
in a
at-
weird way. Added with like deconstructing food, especially in LA. They do this all the time. They're like, oh, do you want a sandwich or do you want like a sandwich? I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're like, well, this
That sounds
sandwich-
like drugs.
Yeah, it
This
does.
sandwich, no, it's not. It's not.
Just-
I haven't been doing drugs in LA.
no,
but,
sandwich.
right? Just the sandwich, thank you.
I got a half pound of pork over here if you want
But
that.
they'll
I
like
can give you that.
they'll do like a chicken sandwich deconstructed. They're like, okay, over here we have our breaded chicken, and oh, it's not just regular like beer battered breaded chicken. It's like fancy
We'll beat the
fancy
shit out of
stuff,
it.
right? Yeah. And you get like oh this like fancy wheat bread that we have over here to the side though, and then we have all your lettuce over here. I'm like, just give me a fucking like
Just
chicken
make the sandwich.
Exactly.
Make
Yeah.
my
Keep it
fucking
simple.
double.
Right, they don't need to roll. Here's what they've started to do with not just sandwiches, like everything. I'm with you. Is they like now, if I can entrance you with an opportunity here,
Ew.
and then they whip out like a menu that just says chicken sandwich, and you're like, all right, that's just this is an experience. Tut tut, and then like a young
tut.
boy rolls
Yeah.
out a cart with all of the accoutrement, basically a Subway on wheels, and they wheel out the experience, they call it, and they have that for everything. They have it for steaks and fancy foods, and they have it for now all the way down to what we call the basic boy dishes. Boy for me, dishes, chicken tenders and whatnot. I'm like, listen, are you wheeling out a microwave and a Tyson chicken bag like that? Like, why does it have to be? It doesn't need to be made in front of me. Just.
I'll tell you why.
I don't need to see.
I believe you.
It's-
I believe it's made. I'm with you, Lindsay. All I'm saying is, it doesn't need to wheel out and be an experience. Just
I think
put it here,
it's
please.
people who want to say, like, inside the child in them is saying, I want my chicken nuggies. I want my chicken nuggies and my chocolate.
Yeah.
chicken nuggets
Yes,
and
but
chocolate
you
milk.
can't.
But I
That's
also
faux
wanna
pas.
go to this
Yeah,
place.
right. It's gauche to say that
Yeah.
at a 5-star
Gauche,
restaurant.
excellent.
Yeah. So they go, oh well, we'll just like, oh now you have the fancy tenders. I'm like, this is motherfucking chicken tenders and French fries. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, it didn't-
Right.
Don't lie to
didn't
me.
change.
Right.
And
change.
charge me $300 for my meal. No.
I mean, I'll pay
No.
the $300
Yeah, like,
because I got my
Because I
Yeah,
want the
I'm in
chicken tenders, but
Vegas.
yes.
Duh. It's an
But I won't be happy
experience.
about it.
Yeah, no. I will be very upset as I eat those chicken tendies and think about how you overcharged me. I could have had this at the McDonald's at home. Goodness.
Well, they don't have chicken tendies right now. They're
No, they
gone. They're
don't.
gone. Just have the
They left
nuggets.
those. That's
Oh,
true.
at the Don's
Yeah, the chicken tendies, they seem to come and go, you know.
and the Spicies.
Yeah.
And the spices.
Yeah.
You a spicy nug person?
I dip my toes into the spicy pool every now and then. If the mood strikes me,
Oh.
Barbara
known
certainly,
to.
and I've been known to be stricken. Barbara definitely likes the spicy tendies. I haven't tried their buffalo sauce that came with them, but it does have I imagine a zip.
Ah.
Miracle
I like
Whip.
buffalo sauce, but I don't know if it belongs on a McDonald's chicken
Yes.
nugget. You know,
Just the way you described that was like you're telling an old story. Like
it's very
the zip.
Andy
The
Dwyer of
miracle
me. I've been like cruising through on YouTube, like montage moments of like, because this is how I get my Office scratch now. I don't watch full-fledged episodes as I pass out anymore. I just like put on YouTube highlight moments from a smorgasbord of episodes, so then I can also come around and get Parks and Rec and Community and a bunch of other shows. And one of the ones I watched recently was Andy Dwyer's, like a highlight reel of like moments of his, or it was like all the moments around his shoe shine place or whatnot. And I'm trying to actively remember the scene as I speak. But he's talking about, that's right, the Starburst and the Skittles, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I like to
yeah.
combine.
Yeah.
And his body language
Yeah.
starts to get like, and I sandwich them together and I squish it down, and it's interesting because the Starbursts bring out a fruity flavor in the Skittle, and it's delectable. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it brings out this fruity flavor. Like he's setting you up to expect something fancy, and I love that kind of
Yeah.
acting. And Chris Pratt just nails my funny bone, I think.
Steve Carell's
in
pretty
that
good
show.
with that. Occasionally in The
Carell.
Office too, where you're totally right. It's setting up in something you think is gonna be very complex or like elevated thinking, but it's like, oh no, this is a very like
It's just
stupid
what you
character.
think,
Or like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, not at all like that. I love that. Or the blooper reels that they have for Parks and Rec. You watch Parks and Rec too.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
love that show.
Some of the ones.
You don't. You better start.
Yeah, the bloopers
else?
are great, but some of my favorites are just like Chris Pratt. I mean, obviously he's a very polarizing person, but I'm not talking about his personal opinion.
We're talking about
his
the character.
performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The character.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love when he has moments as Andy where someone, usually Leslie Knope, will be talking to him and he'll just like choose to space out, and I wish I could do that as an actor. I can only do that naturally and just like
I
ignore you.
accidentally do that.
Yeah, I'm
as
like,
a
oh, yeah, like, it's so good.
The
He's
control.
like,
Well, it's like-
he's talking about.
yeah, yeah.
and then like the
control.
snap
Yeah,
back, and
she's
he
like,
just,
Andy,
Yeah.
come back here.
It's so good. You're right.
Watching like a lot of those bloopers, you also see like I know a lot of his lines end up being improv early on.
Yeah.
And just I think the network connectivity issues. That's
I
the
love
one where,
that
like
That was funny. Yeah.
it's literally like they
Leslie,
film it.
I was looking at the symptoms, and it says you might have network connectivity issues. And he goes back.
He looks back like that thing gets filmed. And I think the blooper is like seconds later. The writer of the show just going, "God damn it!"
Because they're like,
I'll never write anything that good.
Right.
Yeah.
We write all these scenes, and you just come on set and way outperform us. I love Amy Poehler and Tina Fey as well, and that's why I've been meaning to get around. I think I talked about it the first time we came back for Off Topic. Sat right over there.
Whoa, you've
I've been meaning.
evolved
I
over
know.
there now.
I've been meaning to watch 30 Rock. That's on 30 Rock and Atlanta on my short list because I'm like in between a lot of shows right now. But there's just so many good comedian
There are.
actors out there and actresses out there that I know that those shows exist and I know they're like highly reviewed. I know I'm gonna love them. I don't know why I just haven't like just dived in, but I'm almost glad that I haven't because I watched The Office many times before I then watched Parks and Rec, and so it really draws out the enjoyment.
I've got like a cycle now where I'm like, I watch The Office, I watch 30 Rock, I watch Parks and Rec,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I'll try and fit a new show in there. And then like,
And then
if
the
I like
circle
it,
gets
then it gets
bigger
bigger, and I just make the rotation.
I think it's already in your circle and you probably just forgot it, but I'm doing a rewatch of King of the Hill with Maggie, so if you want to watch again, or for the
King of
first
the
time.
Hill,
I'll watch it
Get
for the first
out.
time.
I'm down.
I love
I'm
the-
always
I
down to
mean,
rewatch that.
Didn't
good
manage
shit.
to order the pizza.
Damn it.
I became a mess.
All right, we gotta go.
I've been
We
trying
gotta
the whole
go.
time. I'm
We
just
gotta go. I'm
saying.
sorry. I'm
We do
sorry.
have to go, but like,
is
it
more
was
important.
like make an account, and I thought I had an account, but
I gotta order a pizza.
I didn't have
I'm
the
out.
account.
I'm out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be It's like I'm trying to sign up, but it says the password's invalid. But like I'm not trying to log in. I'm trying to sign up. So how? What do you want from me? That must mean I already signed up. What?
Just remember your old
Let's
password.
go.
man.
I don't. I just want the pizza, man.
Yeah.
Oh no. You think it'll be ready? Do they have chicken tendies?